Well, hello, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'm Dave. You're not. It's probably a good thing. Happy Friday. The last day. Tomorrow's April Fool's Day. What are you going to do? You going to do something fun? Gonna do something crazy? Hello, Alaska, Anchorage, and whoever else is watching. We appreciate it. What do we got this week in the Allgood news? If you don't know me, my name is Dave Allgood. I do feature stories here. Everybody has a story kind of stuff. So this week I did a couple stories. One is on a big furniture company that has cookie jars. I noticed they were all lined across the top, and comes to find out it's a pretty huge collection, 700 cookie jars, and we'll talk about that story in a second. But do you guys ever do anything fun for April Fools? Do you do anything? Are you like really into it? I'm not into April Fools. But anyway, I hope you had a good week. I had a pretty good week. I'm living for 40 degrees. 40 degrees seems really warm now. I've been here 8 months now, 8 months almost. So anyway, but yeah, let's talk about the first Allgood news we got coming up. This is Sister Lucia, and she works for Catholic Social Services here in town, and she's a really groovy lady, and she's been a sister, which I learned is a little different than a nun. They're kind of, I'm not sure the total differences, but there is a difference. But she teaches art and music at Catholic Social Services, so she's pretty groovy. But here's a story I put together on her, and I was going to shoot her in a class with, and she works with the Clare House, which is for domestic abuse victims, and it's a great safe place for them. Also, she works with the poor. She works with people in jail. But obviously, you can't really shoot. You don't want to shoot people that are in vulnerable positions. I don't anyway. I think it's odd that we shoot homeless people because they're probably not happy about that, right? But for news' sake, it's probably more newsy than it is for my stuff. And so I decided that I'm just going to shoot a story about her and what she does, which is paint and helps other people express themselves through painting. So let's check out her story. This is Sister Lucia with Catholic Social Services, and I shot this story on Tuesday morning, which aired on Wednesday this week. So let's take a look.
Which is very meaningful to me.
But you will see the emotions in this art.
What their journey about, what difficulties they've been through, what hope they have.
The simple brushstrokes from complicated lives. The colors chosen from a palette of pain and hope.
Certainly they just speak about something that very difficult normally would not.
And a stroke of luck.
The arts come out in all different angles, different ways, different meaning.
Of landing in Sister Lucia's art class here at the Clare House in Anchorage.
The community we work with, the poor and the homeless and the prisoners, and how sad they are, made me sad also.
Today, Sister Lucia is painting just for us, getting ready for a class we will not see.
We are brothers and sisters. I think for that reason it affected me.
Because we do not need to see people in vulnerable positions.
Art is the way that you feel safe to express, and you can express anything you like.
We just need to know there is help and a future in processing feelings, and a belief that a flower can emerge from fouled earth.
You feel better when you're able to speak or to express. I just invite people to express.
Her eye for detail in the gifts she's been given from above to share down here below.
And they share with me many stories, which is very meaningful to me.
Because Sister Lucia believes
either they trust in God, they express through art, or they even lose hope and they express it, and I hope they find it again.
And maybe putting your signature down here?
The artists need to sign their name in order to have the painting the valuable.
As in self-value and sometimes sad expression.
A memory. There was a grandmother, and she painted like the background, the sunset, the river, the birds flying, and she was in the front facing the sunset. She holding a baby, and when I asked her, she was crying. I asked her what is about, what is the name or the title for the painting. She said, this is me, and I'm holding my granddaughter which just died.
And maybe faith renewed as in a flower reborn, and that's
the credit is all to God.
The Allgood news. Yeah, what a very sweet lady, and like I said, she's been doing this for 30 years as a nun, and she's only been in Alaska for the last 10 months, but she says she enjoys it and she feels like she's made a difference. Well, cool. Next story. Have you guys noticed the potholes that have been popping up? That's another thing as a new guy here. The snow melted, and all of a sudden the road is like it's a little bumpy. So anyway, but next story I did was Ron Bailey of Bailey's Furniture here in town. He's a really nice guy, and we come to find out he's got a really good sense of humor. But he has cookie jars all in it. If you've gone to his big store here in town in Anchorage, if you look up, and a lot of people never knew this, there's literally 700 really cool cookie jars that are all up there. And a little behind the scenes, Ron's really a funny guy, and he said he started collecting back in 1998. I won't give you the whole thing, but when he opened up a little business here in town for his wife, a little used furniture place called Cookies, and so they thought cookie jars, and so he started there, and next thing you know, he has 700, and he lost 125 of them in the earthquake we had a few years ago, 2018, I think. So now he's got them glued up there. But anyway, interesting story on why we collect things. And Ron, he was a good sport, because I like to do some quirky stuff sometimes. So, but anyway, let's check out Ron's story right here. This is about cookie jars. Let's see what we got.
These cultural works of art are the functional faces of confectionery confinement.
Somehow it has to do with connection, though. You connect with whatever it is that you're in love with.
And boy, did Ron Bailey find his collection connection.
I do not remember the first cookie jar.
But here they all are, lining the shelves of his large furniture store, ceramic characters, Lucy and Ricky, the Three Stooges, Bugs Bunny. Ron does recall.
I remember why I bought the first cookie jar, though. So me and my wife were starting a little used furniture store, and we were trying to figure out a cool phone number. And we came up with COOKIE. Cookie.
And that was back in
1998, maybe?
So what was just a cute idea for store decor became a bit of an obsession.
21, 22, 23, 24.
How obsessed?
25.
If you pop into Bailey's Furniture here in Anchorage, you'll see
We have approximately 700 cookie jars.
apples to oranges, Tweety to Dopey, even these Bailey ones. The cookie design runs the gamut of the decades and mark a cultural history of sorts.
There's everything from 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, all the way up.
So when you look out at all this stuff here, all these cookie jars, what comes to mind? And I see a VW bus up there. That's really groovy.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Each one of them's got a memory that I like. There's something about it that I liked.
Howdy Doody, Looney Tunes, Grimace and a Goose, Woody Woodpecker and Yogi Bear all sitting and staring.
I'm sure you'll show a picture of the cute little pig over there that my grandma had when I was a kid.
Ron, well,
I can't help it.
W.C. Fields, a chicken and a toaster. There are just so many. And if you think this is just a gimmick, think again.
I really like them. They're just like people. All of us are a little quirky. I got a bunch of quirky cookie jars.
Thank you so much for the cookie. That's very sweet.
You're welcome.
I don't think I can eat all of it, though. Do you have anywhere I can put the rest of this cookie to keep it fresh for a little bit?
Like a jar, maybe?
Ron says maybe he's got a collecting issue.
My wife thinks that, once again, I'm crazy. Sell them all, Ron.
And although the cookie may crumble,
Cookie jar is happiness, Dave.
and so it seems, nobody knows the long journey these jars endured to land up here.
Sort of what Bailey's Furniture is. It's like heaven for cookie jars.
So if you're ever in here, just look up to see what made somebody else smile a while ago. Cookie jars. That's the Allgood News.
Ron, he's a funny guy, and believe it or not, he won't sell them. They're not for sale, and if you like cookie jars, and it's just they're really neat, and they range from like he said, the 1920s to now, and like I said, he lost 125 of his cookie jars because they weren't glued down. He uses museum putty now, but they weren't glued down before. But they are now. A lot of those got replaced by customers who brought some cookie jars in for him. So anyway, all right. If you have an idea for an Allgood news story, just hit me up, man. Dave Allgood. Just find me on. You can find my email. Right, it's just allgoodnews@ktuu.com. That's allgoodnews@ktuu.com. You can hit me up on there and send me a story idea. Everybody has a story. What's yours? All right. I think that's about it, man. Appreciate you watching. You guys have a great weekend. Be safe out there. And we're sliding into April. Have a great April Fool's Eve. All right. Toodaloo, everybody. See, I'm running this board. This is new to me, so I will say goodbye, but I could stay on. I don't know. Wax on, wax off. See you guys later.